My cat's talking to himself. What up, you guys? It's your girl, Red Clone of Steel 38 here. And thank you guys for 1,000 followers, or at least I hope by the time this is uploaded it'll be at 1,000 followers, at 996 right now, so almost there. Anyways, I asked you guys for questions, and even though it was not the turnout I expected, I'm very happy because a lot of my friends asked questions. So I guess we'll start. Here we go. First question is from at K-Pop Collage. She says, "Hey, here are some questions for you for your YouTube video. Number 1, who's your biggest K-pop inspiration?" Ooh, okay. So, as a musician, my biggest inspiration would have to be Alex from High 4. He's really good at what he does, and he puts in a lot of effort. And he really, I don't know, it's crazy to think about. Personality-wise, this is where we get into a kind of, weird thing. But I would have to say Junmyeon from EXO. He's got that mom personality like me, but he's also very, he's funny, he's got the dad jokes. And I just find I tend to draw a lot of, my kindness and caring from him. Anyways, number 2. What K-pop song could you listen to for the rest of your life? Ooh. Don't Tease Me by Speed, I think would probably be it. If not, Fire by JJCC, because I listen to that a lot. Fire Truck by NCT 127. Can't think. But I think currently at the moment it would probably have to be Don't Tease Me by Speed, because I think I'd also visually like to watch it. That would be the only song, a good dance practice. I love that dance practice. Ooh, which K-pop idol would you marry? Not just because he's your bias, literally that would fit with you. I don't know. Okay, there are 2 people that come to mind, but they're both my biases, and I think that's why I tend to pick them, is because I have to, I don't know, there are some biases I just can't see myself with, like Yu from GOT7. I cannot see myself with him at all. He'd be my best friend of all time. But it's between Donghyuk and Rocky. So Donghyuk from iKON and Rocky from ASTRO. Donghyuk, I feel like there'd be a good balance in between, things we do well, or things we do the same, things we like, and things we don't do the same, and things we don't like. And with that balance, we'd be able to, mesh together and learn things from each other, which I think would be very good. But he's also got a very, similar personality to me. He's fairly sarcastic, he's fairly caring, buys a lot of things for his friends, and all that kind of thing. So we're gonna have to go with that. Rocky mainly because, I don't know, Rocky's just got this whole vibe about him that's, absolutely, fairly similar to mine. He's also always got a smile on his face. He's so positive, and I just love it. Anyways, she says, "I hope you get many asks, and I can't wait to listen to your video." Well, it's out. I love you. At VIP Army Trash 22, my lovely Hannah said, "What do you look for in a bias? Example, certain personality traits." I wouldn't say certain personality traits, because for me, a lot of the time, it's a certain vibe I pick up. I don't know, it seems very, over the top, but it's a certain vibe I pick up. And then I start to assess the personality traits, and even when I swerve, it's still a vibe. Because I tend to pick a bias before I even get into the group, and then once I get into the group, I find a bias. That's why iKON took me 7.5 years to find a bias. But it's just a certain vibe. but certain personality traits that I tend to admire more in my biases is like kindness, dorkiness. You've got to have a cute laugh. I love cute laughs, or a nice smile. They also have to be like, I wouldn't say, I don't know, they have to be strong-willed, I guess is the term that I was thinking. I was going to say strong, but not physically strong. They don't have to be physically strong. I don't care about looks. She also said, if 2 K-pop groups were to collab, which groups would you want it to be? Ooh, 2 K-pop groups were to collab. Okay, this like just popped into my brain right now, but I think GOT7 and ASTRO would be really, really cool. Like, pair Youngjae and Moonbin, and then you've got like Jinjin and Jackson, and they've got like fairly similar voices, but they've also got like different like aspects and all that, and I think it would be really, really fun to look at, and I would love to watch that. If not, I also kind of see like, I don't know, me being me, but like iKON and SevenOclock. That would be awesome. iKON and SevenOclock would be really cool, because like if you put Bobby and Vaughn in the same room, it would be hilarious. And putting the two of those rapping together, it would sound very pleasant. Same with like Hanbin and Ade, it would be amazing. So there are multiple different ones that I like want to mush together that I think would be really cool. Anyways, have you ever watched a K-drama? It's gonna make me seem like an awful fan, but no, I have never watched a K-drama. Not once, not ever. I haven't even watched Train to Busan yet. She also asks, what can I do? Leave me alone. Go away. Don't let the door hit you or the good Lord split you. It says, if you were to be a part of a K-pop band, what agency would you want to be under? She's gonna want me to say YG, because she's a YG fan, and of course my ultimate bias group is from YG. But I'm gonna have to go with Fantagio. Fantagio is amazing. Amazing. If you look at like all the groups they've got, they put them through like sexual education courses. They teach them logic, like how to function in the real world. It's a really good place to be. It's a really good company, and I quite frankly admire the fact that they're still like a really good company amidst all the shitty ones. She also said, favorite YG group, SM group, and JYP group. Okay, I'll do boy and girl for this. But let's go with my favorite YG male group is obviously iKON. And for girls, it's going to be Blackpink, because I'm generic, but they are amazing. SM group. Okay, we're going to start with girl group, because my favorite girl group is like kind of combined out of SM and JYP, because it's a co-ed group. So it's like gotten SM girl and a JYP girl, and I forget where Jokwon came from. Y'all are gonna have to tell me. I don't remember where Jokwon came from. But it's got Hyoyeon from SNSD, Jokwon, who I believe is a solo artist and was never in an actual group. I don't know for sure. You're gonna have to tell me. And Min from Miss A, which is a JYP group. But it's Triple T. So I'm gonna have to go with that. If I have to pick one, then it would be Red Velvet. Even though I love Hyoyeon, but I just tend to like Red Velvet songs more. Boy group. You're trying to make me feel like a shitty ass person. I'm gonna have to go with NCT. Most likely either Dream or 127. But definitely NCT. NCT all the way. I love EXO and I love all their stuff, but NCT. And I love SHINee too. SHINee is amazing. And JYP group. Okay, for male, it's going to be GOT7. GOT7 has amazing music. JYP is really good at line distributions, all that junk. And then if I had to pick a girl group other than Triple T, then it would be Miss A, because I'm not the biggest Twice fan, but mean, to each their own, I guess. Do you have a playlist that you listen to while writing? I don't have a fully created playlist, but there are like a select few songs that I tend to listen to, or a few albums I'll listen to. Like I'll listen to a Cher Lloyd album, the Thank You Meghan Trainor album, but it's just like a select bunch of songs, and usually it all depends on what I'm writing. If I'm writing a reaction, if I'm writing angst, if I'm writing fluff, if I'm writing an AU, that kind of thing. But I may make a actual playlist for like listening to while I do reactions and stuff, and then one for like scenarios, so like the Transformers Prime soundtrack, that kind of thing. What inspired you to get into blogging? No, I had found, I will probably link them, but they won't find this, so who cares? But I'm like their biggest fans. Porcelain Doll, XO. She was the very first person I followed on Tumblr. I got it like January, so this was when like One Night Only, We Have Rules for a Reason was like on chapter 2 at that point, so it was fairly new. I can remember each like milestone. But she also kind of, it's like I thought that from her I wanted to push myself forward and do blogging and write my own stuff and put it out there for people to see, and I never expected this many people to come, and I am so grateful for this. It like makes me so happy that you guys put up with my shit and read my shit and talk to me and all that stuff. You like complicated Anon. I love you so much. And another person that got me into it was at K-Pop Fanfic Trash. Shauna is amazing. She's a beautiful writer. She's very intelligent. She's creative. She's very kind, and she always talks to like her Anons, and she always brings up the people around her. And so when I started reading her stuff, like into it, I realized I was like, I want to do what she does. I want to be like her. And so I guess that's how it started. Val and Shauna, I love you so very much. Hey. What got you into Star Wars? Y'all see that? That is a Star Wars poster. So is that. And that right there is a Star Wars action figure collection. So yes, I am obsessed with Star Wars. Like big time. I remember the first time I fully remember watching Star Wars was my dad took me to see the Star Wars The Clone Wars movie in theaters. And I remember not wanting to do it. I was not gonna get it. Shut up, you damn cat. So we saw that movie, and I remember walking out of the theater going, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. And I ended up collecting action figures from there. I've seen every episode I've seen every movie. It's been 9 years, and I'm still as obsessed with it as when I was when I saw the movie. I'm crazy obsessed with it. Next question. Do you know you are more beautiful than you think? No, I do not know. I have the worst self-confidence in the history of the human race. I literally applied like 10 pounds of makeup before I filmed these videos, and I'm still uncomfortable with how I look. My hair is greasy, I've got my double chin, my arms look fat, I mean, it's the whole 9 yards. I'm super uncomfortable with myself. Next question. Favorite fanfic that you've read so far? Don't make me choose. I'll state some by like my favorite authors. Foul, I love One Night Only. That one was amazing. The one that got away from Shauna, I love. I think the very first thing I read by her was Into It, which was a Junmian fanfic, which started my Junmian craze, so I hate you. You're on my shit list. But I love you. I also love, I'm probably gonna butcher this, because I think it's Danish, but Adeline. With a Norwegian accent, it would be really different. Be like, Adavid. So I don't know if Danish people say it the same way, or if it even is Danish. I can't recall. Means promise. Hey baby Kim, I love you. Um, but I absolutely love Taken. She's an amazing writer, and Facade, which was Chanyeol. So Junmin and Chanyeol. I have Shana and Cam to blame for starting the Junmin craze. I also love Facade, which is Chanyeol. There was another one I loved, and now I can't remember what it is. We'll have to figure this out. If I remember what it is, I'll just tell you guys down there. Down there, because I can't. Oh, look, chicken wings. But yeah, those are my favorites of all time. Not like my favorites currently, my favorites of all time. She says, what does your dream house look like? Oh lord. But I kind of want like my sister's, but more modernized. So the outside is like more modernized, but the inside is still the same. But I really love the layout of her house, and then like modernizing the exterior. So maybe at one point having a pool, since I'm a swimmer and I love swimming. And maybe even putting like a small studio inside of there would make me like super happy. And that's like all I'd require. You also said, are you crushing on anyone? With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 E's. 5, Hannah. 1 E was enough. Yes, I am. Other than Kim Dong-hyuk, I have a crush on a girl and a guy. She goes, favorite Big Bang song. Y'all should know this by now, but it's Sober. I love Sober. Check it out. Ideal type. What am I? What am I? I don't know. My ideal type. So if we're gonna base it upon idols, I'll go physical and personality-wise. My ideal type is someone caring, who's humorous, adventurous. You gotta keep me on my toes. And you've gotta be open-minded. Also, they have to know that I have the worst self-confidence, and my self-esteem is bad. Anyways, that's my ideal type. So you have to be kind, compassionate, you have to be open-minded, you have to be accepting. Personality-wise, my ideal type would be Dong-hyuk from iKON. That's pretty much why he's my ultimate bias. Physically, it would be Shonu from Monsta X. T-Wary said, guys, this is, I use the term my GBF, because we joke around together, but this is one of my best friends. This is Tyler. Tyler's amazing. He's T-Wary100 on YouTube, so go subscribe to him. Even though I have no subscribers, so I don't know why I'm giving him a shout out. He says, hey, it's me, you know who me is. I have some questions for the video. 1, how is your day going? Well, I'm pissed you weren't at school because I was going to make fun of you, but it was decent. I got an F on a test and a D on an essay, and I probably should be working on my forensics paper, but I'm not going to. So it's been decent. How is your day going? Number 2, how long have you been doing this for? I think he means writing. Writing, I've been doing, I guess, technically, writing fan fiction since sophomore year, so when I was 15. But I've been writing for so many years before that. I wrote my first story when I was 8. I've been blogging since May, so it's September, so August, July, June, May, so 4 months. 4 months now. He said, cheeky ass motherfucker. He said, who is the best person in your 8th period? I don't have an 8th period. And I only hang out with him and our friend Caitlin. So he literally wrote right next to it, meh or meh. And I'm gonna have to pick meh. Sorry, other meh. I'm just gonna have to pick meh. Will you be doing another thing like this anytime soon? Yes. He also says, how do you feel about reaching this many followers? It's honestly like so surreal. Me and Gia have been talking about this for like a few weeks now. She goes, oh, we're gonna have a 1K party soon. It's gonna be so exciting. And it's still so surreal for me. I kept saying, I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready to be seen as like I guess the term is, I always thought that once you hit 1,000, you were kind of like well known. And I'm almost there, and I'm like not ready to be well known. I still imagine myself as the one blogger from 4 months ago that had like 5 followers, and 2 of them were her friends, you know, and 3 of them were probably porn blogs. It's very surreal for me. It's kind of scary. It's exciting. It's, you know, whatever. What's your favorite school subject? As a kid, it was science, but I think right now it would probably have to be psychology. I love psychology, and music. I play every instrument. I mean, I've got like 4 instruments lined up back there. He says, which song do you think you've listened to the most? K-pop, it would have to be Fire Truck by NCT 127, just because it's kind of like a whole vibe bringer for me. For non-K-pop, it would probably be Grow Up by Cheryl Lloyd featuring Busta Rhymes. It also says, when are you gonna get Gmon? For all of y'all that don't know, Tyler and I have been friends for years. And we play games together all the time, but I can't afford anything. And he keeps trying to get me to get Gary's mod. And I have to like download Steam, get Gary's mod, pay for Gary's mod, and then like get a bunch of stuff for it. I don't want to do it. And the next ask says, questions part 2. 9. What are some words that you know in another language, not Spanish? I know how to say a bunch of curse words in Norwegian. I know how to say slang in Norwegian because I'm Norwegian. I know how to say I love you in like 5 languages? 6? So English, I love you. Spanish, te amo or te quiero, but literal translation for te quiero means I want you. There's Italian, which is ti amo. Norwegian, jeg elsker deg. There's Korean, which is sarangheo. Pretty sure there's, I'm gonna butcher this so bad, but in German it's like ich lieben dein. I don't know how to say it. Okay, what's your favorite kind of tree? Aspen trees. I love aspen trees. They're so gorgeous. And plus, it's like perfect opportunity to pencil in mine and Donghyuk's name into the tree and say we love each other. Because, yeah. If you could meet one member, who could it be? Who would it be? Sorry, I butchered that. I would want to say Donghyuk, but I don't know. I think, because I've chosen Donghyuk for most of it, would probably be Chris Woo then. He also said, if you had to choose one member to leave one of the groups, who would it be? Fuck you. I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be Chris Woo and Hwang Zitao. You wanna know why? Because SM was assholes to hit them. But good thing, they already left. Do you believe in the supernatural? Well, yes. What's your favorite phrase? I say a lot of things. Like, me and my friends go around making fun of, like, things random people who aren't K-pop fans say, and then, like, finish them the way they would as, like, K-popers have said, K-pop idols have said. So, like, yesterday someone responded to a text message saying okie dokie, and then I added an O. And they were like, what the hell's with the O? And I put okie dokie, oh. We do stuff like that. So I do tend to do that a lot of the time. I also say Hakuna your tatas. I love that. What's your least favorite word? Ooh, I have lots of those. Lots of those. C ** T would be one of them. P ** Y would be another one. I may not type them because I don't want to type them, so I may put the stars. But there are quite a few, so they may be like all around everywhere. So yeah, that's what he said. Oh, at the ship has sailed. She asked, for the 1K video special, what does K-pop mean to you? That is a really deep question, because a lot of times K-pop is music, and like, for me, it's like hard to translate it to something other than music. I mean, because K-pop to me is like one singular definition. It's not an open-ended question. It's like Korean pop. Yeah, granted, there's a whole subculture to K-pop, but it's specifically one entire definition. I feel like Barack Obama when I keep saying all the time. Okay, this one. So yes, sorry Gia, I can't answer it. Kim Jong Daily said, I love you, Kim. You actually talk to me and it makes me very happy because I look up to you so much and I freak out every time you talk to me. It's like crazy. Anyways, it says, hi. Congrats on almost 1K. That's amazing. Here are some questions. Why did you start writing? Writing's always been like a sort of escape for me. And creatively, like, consistently started, I think 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I had my creative writing class, and my teacher really inspired me to keep going with it. With those journals that she had us do every day in class, like really helped me. Was Tumblr the first place you wrote on? Does Le Notebook count? Because if so, I've written in the notebook, but no, I have not posted anything except for Tumblr. So Tumblr is the first place I wrote on. I was planning on writing on YouTube and doing those like little slide things, and that's how Eternally Damned started. And it's such a cheesy plot line, and it's super stupid. And at this point, I'm done with it. I can't handle it. Anyways, she says, what is your favorite genre to write? Ooh, to write, I tend to love writing fluff. Talking about AUs, I love to write arranged marriage AUs that start like angst and then move their way up to like immense amount of fluff. I love those. How did you get into the world of K-pop? This is the funniest question. It is, K-pop and I have had the most complicated relationship. Started in 2012, when I was 12. And I discovered on YouTube this video that came out, and it was titled Bounce, and it looked like a music video. And I was like, oh, that's cool. It's a music video. So I clicked on it. I had no clue what the fuck they were saying. But it was an amazing song, and they were so cute and adorable. I mean, to me, I didn't think they were sexy. I was like, oh my god, look at them, they're adorable. Like, I want to adopt them. But they're probably like 10 years older than me. And so I'd really gotten, like, I didn't delve further into it. I just technically, like, sticked with that song. So, like, anytime I went on YouTube, I would go like, oh, Bounce by JJ Project. And listen to it. And it only happened, like, once in a while. And then about a year later, after I'd completely gotten over Bounce, I was on this Girls Go Games, I think is what it was called. Again, 13-year-old, you cannot, I was immature. Like, I love kid games. So I was on it, and there was this dating game. It says EXO Dating Simulator. And I go, oh my god, I've heard about them, but I can't remember where. I don't know where I heard about them, but I had remembered the name. And I had no clue where they were from. So it was a dating simulator, not simulator. And that's when I had first found Chris. So Chris and I have been, like, he's been my bias for 4 years now. I found Chris. It was Chris and Sehun that I liked, but mainly more Chris. And I thought Chris was the most beautiful human being to walk the planet ever. And so I ended up looking them up, and I heard a song, and I'm pretty sure I had heard it before. I just never delved into it further. It was either Growl or Wolf. I can't tell you which one. I know it was one with all 12 of them in it. But anyways, after that, I had really liked just, after watching that and falling in love with Chris, I never looked it up. Further after that, I was a lazy 13-year-old. I didn't want to care about it. And then I'd been introduced to K-pop my sophomore year, like officially. I'd heard of it because of like Psy and all that, and I didn't even associate EXO and JJP with K-pop at that point. Anyways, I had been introduced to it by Kat and Kenna, so Amaze the Maze and Goom for Blue, at our LGBT club, and they were dancing. I can't tell you for sure, but I know it was a BTS song. And then they danced to an EXO song later on. So 2 years ago. So that would have been, I think it was, I think she had just learned I Need You, because I think that's the dance that she was doing. And then I was like, oh, I'm never gonna get into that. Well, then Hannah comes to school. Hannah, Kenna, Kat, and another girl in our marching band, Michelle, were obsessed with K-pop. So anyways, I sit there and I go, I'm never gonna do it. I'm never gonna do it. Well, then all of a sudden, Kat goes, hey, I want you to watch this video. So me thinking it's probably like some Try Not to Laugh or Cat compilation. She shows me this video, Dope, by BTS. And I was like, holy shit, that is amazing. And, anyways, so I watched Dope, waited like 2 weeks to watch another music video because I had so much. How old are you? I feel like I should lie, but I'm not going to. I am 17. I am a senior. That's pretty much it. Do you have a dream future? Okay, so this is kind of weird. This may seem like kind of like really odd and just kind of all over the place. But, so I want to go to college. I'm going to move to Korea and teach English to little kids because I love little kids. I want to compose music for pop songs. And then possibly even produce my own and sing my own and perform my own. But at this point, I doubt that I'll reach that point. You know, like it's kind of like a dream. But really the only end goal I have in mind right now is to have kids. And majority of them I will be adopting. And then she says, tell me what you feel about gaining almost 1K. Like I said before with Tyler, it's super surreal. Like beyond surreal right now. I am all over the place. It's scary. So I'm all over the place. I'm scared, you know, like, I don't know what it's gonna be like if I grow bigger. Am I gonna get more hate? Because I really haven't gotten that much hate on this blog yet. So I'm kind of scared for that. It's very surreal. I'm kind of still in shock, and I'm not even there yet. But yeah, she says also, let me tell you that I am so incredibly proud of you, and I'm so glad that we are mutuals, and I hope you will continue to write amazing things. Thank you, Cam. That means the world to me. I'm glad we're mutuals too, and I'm glad we're friends too, and I just didn't. Anyways, there's one last question, and that's it. And Anon said, why are you so amazing? So I had previously answered one that said, why are you so pure and cute? I love you. I'm not pure at all. And then I'm so not cute. Just look at this. I am not cute at all. I mean, plus I've got makeup on, so that kind of like throws it off. I'm wearing like 10 pounds of makeup, but you can still see like it's faded off. Here, I pick up my scabs, all that type of thing. But I am not cute. But I do love you. I love you more. So thank you for loving me, because I do have a bomb-ass personality. Not really. But why am I so amazing? Because I am a sarcastic ass hoe who loves memes. Memes. But yeah, that's the last question. Thank you guys again so much for 1K. It's gonna be a hell of a lot of editing because this came out to 1 hour because of my rambling. I may split it up into multiple parts. I don't know for sure. It's probably what it's gonna have to be. That I may have cut that out. But yeah, anyways. Thank you guys so much. Have an amazing day, and I will see y'all later. Bye-bye. Okay, so I was in the middle of editing. Oops. And I had realized I completely forgotten a question that someone had sent to me through messages. That's why I was in my inbox. But it's from Imagination of a Melted Bitch. She's a fellow writer. She's in Boy Group Writers Net with me. But her question is, what is my process when writing? Or what is your process when writing? Do you plan ahead of time, or do you just go with the flow? It all depends on what it is. I don't do big planning, like moment by moment by moment. I may just run up, but I have this notebook right here. It's super tiny, super small. But right here it's got fic/scenario planning. It's gonna be, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the wrong way for you guys. Like right here I had Eternally Damned Chapter 3, even though I'm not gonna write it. And then if I have like a big series, I actually plan them chapter by chapter online, but they're not huge, in-depth, detailed plans like I see some people do. Usually what I just have, I mean, like for Weave to Light, I don't want to give too much away, but I've got like the plot line for the chapter, the characters that will be involved, some kind of like hidden things I'll mention, and then something else. I don't want to give it away because I don't think I may have given away the plot already for the baseline of the story, but I don't want to. So anyways, yeah, so that was the question, and I completely forgot to say it, so I am so sorry, T, but there it is. Love you.